We want to bring in David Axelrod, the senior counselor to President Obama. He's on the telephone with us. David, thanks for joining us. How are you going to remember Senator Kennedy?
Well, I mean, like all Americans, I'll remember him as this iconic figure. I will remember him personally as someone who I got to know through the Obama campaign particularly well. And, you know, as you may recall, he helped transform what was an upstart campaign last year. There was a series of events. We won the South Carolina primary. Caroline Kennedy wrote this wonderful endorsement on a Sunday, and then on a Monday, Ted Kennedy stepped forward and made his endorsement, and it was like a rifle shot for our campaign. It just propelled us, and then he joined us on the campaign trail, and he was such an ebullient, enthusiastic, joyous presence that you know, he quickly became a beloved figure to all of us in the campaign. And as a person, he was such a decent, caring person. He, you know, just as one example, we happened to share a birthday, Washington's birthday, February 22nd, and even when he was ill, he tracked me down on my birthday
Really?
to wish me a happy birthday.
Wow.
And I mean, this is an act that he repeated thousands of times. When people were in trouble, he was the first guy to call. When people had an occasion, he was the first person to call or write. Just someone whose humanity was very evident at all times.
You know, people characterize him as one of the most popular senators there in the halls of Congress, and somebody who really stuck to his guns but was able to find consensus. And when you talk about trying to find consensus, it seems like something that's pretty far away right now as the health care debate continues. How key was Senator Kennedy in helping move your administration's goals forward of passing health care reform in this legislative session? And where does it stand now with his passing?
Well, he was important in two ways, and continues to be as an inspiration. He was important because his committee in the Senate passed a health care bill that was a great guidepost in terms of moving this process forward. And the President spoke with Senator Kennedy the day the committee passed under the acting chairmanship of Senator Dodd about it. So that was very important. Look, I think that we've made enormous progress. We've got the last 10 yards are always the hardest. And you're right. We need to build some consensus, and that was the magic of Senator Kennedy. He always seemed to be able to do that, and he, of course, has been missed in this process. But we're going to move forward, and we believe we can put together the consensus to enact what he'd been trying to do for decades and decades, and that is to make sure that Americans who have insurance are protected in that system, and Americans who don't can get covered.
David Axelrod, the senior advisor to President Obama. David, thanks so much for joining us this morning.